What's up, guys? Today we got something special.
3, 2, 1, go!
Somebody was dumping oil right here. Donut, oil pan or gasket, because that's terrible. And then he dragged it with his car, fucking all the way over.
What are we doing today?
Swapping cars again.
We're swapping cars again.
Today we're going to do an in-depth review on each other's cars.
Keys and phone and wallet, just in case you get pulled over in my car.
Yeah, okay. Your car.
Yeah, fuck it.
Here, spin it like this. So give me the run through. What the fuck's going on down here, kid?
Alright, we got my Acuity short shifter, and it's on the shortest setting. It's ridiculous.
It is. I don't know how he does that. This is gonna be fun.
I'm waiting for a new boot to come in so I can cover this up again. I didn't like the red on red that matches this bride right here, so.
Start her up. Neutral.
Yep.
That is interesting. This will be fun. So, I've driven this car a few different, like, more than once, that's for sure.
A lot.
And he's driven mine, but we've never had anything like making a direct comparison, and we wanted to make like a video on it. So, and this is not gonna be no fancy professional done thing. It's just gonna be bare bones. All right, Chase.
Oh wait, yeah, one more thing. See the bottom right here? Just careful not to hit my mount. See that bottom where it says which gear? If you get confused, just because I got confused, that's why I put it there.
Why is it in first gear?
Well, it acts like an automatic until you start to drive.
All right, to stall
Here,
it.
yeah, let's see.
So that's neutral.
Yeah.
All right. Lock my whip.
Easy. Jesus, Mike.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
Oh my God! All right.
Don't let it out at fast.
I'm trying not to. There we go. Okay. What's done to? I'm sorry.
All right, I got
These clutches in both our cars are completely different.
Yeah. So it's got a Acuity 3.5-inch full downpipe carbon fiber. It's got a Koyo racing intercooler radiator. It has a RV6 downpipe cat or high flow cat downpipe. Skunk 2 cat back with a small little resonator, no muffler. It's got the Acuity short shifter, new clutch, new transmission, and Protuned. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Protuned, yeah.
And small resonator.
Couple other little things, but
as you can tell.
Yeah, it's loud.
This shifter's wild.
Just make sure you're in the right gear.
I know.
Yeah.
I can still feel like the H pattern in it, but
it took me a while to get used to. Like, a while. I put it in a week and a half ago, and it took me like 4 straight days to get used to, for real. So, yeah. Let's make sure that foot is near that clutch at all times.
It's floating.
Super short.
It is. The throw from 4th to 5th though, I can tell. All right, it's because it still goes over and then up like normal.
Yeah. The throws are just ridiculously short.
Yeah. So one thing I always loved, like having both these cars, we like the amount of times we swapped over is just feeling like the difference in the car.
Oh yeah.
Bigger liter 4-cylinder than my car, but naturally aspirated. Going from my turbo, it's just crazy having power just on demand, like
torquey.
Like right there, yeah, super torquey.
Look how clean it is, bro.
McGuire's,
so nice.
That's actually kind of neat.
What?
Like just even doing those few throws, I can tell it's like, all right.
Oh yeah. It takes a while to get used to.
Well, here's the thing. So your new clutch, right?
Yeah.
your engagement point is now where mine is, which is literally right off the floor. Here's the difference. My clutch is so heavy, I can really modulate it.
It's like the same clutch, but mine feels a lot lighter.
Yeah, see there.
But it lets out at the same point.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so loud on this side of the car.
It is.
I feel bad for my girl, like really fucking bad.
I don't understand like how, like, it sounds great, like for loud, as far as loud Civics go, they get a bad rap because they sound like doo-doo butthole because all these people buy eBay exhausts. Well, this out of the back, it sounds clean and very good. It's just so freaking loud. Look at that, that guy already broke his neck.
Hit it in third.
I do love this car. So what coilovers do you have on this?
It's a Teen Bases Z street coilovers. They are absolutely amazing. They're a little rough when it gets bumpy, but I'd rather have it rough and stiff than bouncy and get a lot of body roll. Because if you take a corner in this car, it's solid.
Yeah.
It feels fucking amazing. And it's on Hankook Ventus V2s, which are super grippy for my car. So back seat delete.
Back seat delete. This is super nice. I actually do like this.
Yeah, and you can adjust the way that this rotates. You can have this rotate so it's further towards me or towards Mike.
Yeah.
And then you can adjust the height right here, this knob. You can adjust the height up and down. And then the throw, there's a pin somewhere over here. You can adjust how wide and how small the throws are in each game. It's very comfortable.
Yeah.
When I first put it in though, it was super stiff and aggressive. Now it's starting to loosen up more and it's really easy to slide into gears. So it feels really good.
Going from the stock suspension to this, so it's lower, you are right. When you do drive this car and you hit bumps, you can really hear it, especially with the back seat delete. So that's a lot of insulation that's just gone.
Yeah, you can hear everything.
Yeah. But when you're driving this car and you take a corner, it feels planted.
Yeah, like that's the best thing about it.
This car and everything you've done to it, this car it feels like a great driver's car.
There's
so fun.
Literally zero body roll. Like you could be going on a street near my house, it's all curves and hills. You go, I think we hit like 70. We were going around corners, there's no body roll. You don't feel like you're gonna slide out. But I've had one instance where I was having issues with ABS. I was going around a corner on the way back from Broke East at Thompson Speedway where I hit the brakes a little too hard and the back end kicked out, but once I let off, it was like instantly back straight. Like,
I do remember that.
It was a little sketchy, but that's what happens when you get Protuned and you don't have traction control anymore. So
this clutch is so light. Even with my new clutch and everything, this is still so light.
yeah. It honestly looks kind of cool without a boot on it, so you can see the whole mechanics of how your car works when you shift.
We didn't do an install video on this car, but when we replaced the whole thing, the shifter itself, if anybody that knows Civics knows how the assemblies are, and it's just this big, massive, like basket looking thing. Like it goes all through here. The design, acuity,
Acuity doesn't matter.
the design of it, very clean, very nice. Like even like if you were running like a gutted race car setup, like it would look so sick just not having this even there.
Yeah, it's just a solid, nice piece of metal, and it's very stiff. Like the first thing I noticed when I installed it was there's no plastic on it, but the stock shifter assembly is all plastic. When you shift, you can feel it, like it's like not like elasticy, but you can feel it bending. You can literally there's no play, so you feel like it's a lot more safe feeling. You feel a lot better when you're in gear. You're not nervous about it kicking out because it takes a little bit of force to get it out of gear. Which is kind of something you want, because you don't want to be able to, if you're driving with somebody that doesn't know anything about manuals and they accidentally hit it, it's going to be a bad day. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to say who, but yeah. Yeah, what's cool about my Protuned is there's a fuel cut at 4.5K right before VTEC kicks in. So if you give it, not even give it a little bit of gas, you just touch the throttle, it opens it up a little bit and gas dumps into the exhaust and you get those pops. And when you upshift, when you're cruising, like when I cruise, since it's such a high RPM car and motor, I'll shift at like 4.5 and I'll get a lot of like upshift pops. I'm so used to it.
I do have to use the shifter. I don't know how well my car would handle something like that because Subaru's transmissions as a whole are just that notchy. So I feel like with like no room to like get into it, it might hang up a lot if something bad happens or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Would you want to start the whip, I said?
Sheesh, sheesh. All right, my turn. Dragging the clutch a little.
Yeah.
I am the best manual driver around.
I am the best, yes.
I am the best.
All right. So, this car, what do we have? We have a blow-off and intake, as you can hear. Parent, bypass valve, or 100% recirc blow-off valve, whatever the f they want to call it. Big SF intake cob, Grimspeed charge pipe, stock intercooler, which will be that's the very next thing I'm getting. Grimspeed resonated J pipe, PLM resonated mid pipe. Grimspeed was actually catted, not resonated, the J pipe, and then SRS 3-inch axle back. One thing I forgot to mention.
Just put in a catch can the other day.
Paired that with a Bren E-Tune, fairly conservative, rated for about 300 wheel horsepower, 320 torque. They told me they could have pushed it more with the setup I have. I said no. So you guys can probably hear that. So I have an ACT Streetlight flywheel in here paired with an FX250 Clutchmaster kit. It is a major difference between dual mass and single mass, like a lightweight flywheel, that's a single mass. It is absolutely crazy how much there is no rev hang, how quick everything moves. Dude, I tell you what, third gear after that Protuned, third gear is an absolute monster. On OTS tunes, from Cobb, second gear is usually where you get smacked in the face. When you get a E-Tune, Protuned, whatever, and you're up near the 300 range, third gear is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, but
back to the clutch. So that noise you hear when you have when you have a lightweight flywheel, it's called gear lash or something like that. And I've heard that where it's like just flywheels are noisy. Paired with the stage 2.5 clutch, it's a bear. I've gotten used to it, but it's kind of meh. I'm not to the point where I want to rip it out now, but when I have to do a clutch again, take it out and go back to dual mass because it
just finally feels good to shift this car like it should be shifted.
Yeah, how does it feel compared to before the incident?
Buddy. 10 billion times better. Million, trillion, quadrillion.
So as you guys saw in the last video, I busted the linkage.
It just feels so good. Like,
It feels so good.
you don't have to muscle into gear.
Yeah.
Like, he got used to it, which you can't blame him, because when you drive a car for so long, even if it has a problem, you get so used to it to the point where it doesn't bother you anymore.
Yeah.
But when I went and drove it, it was like trying to fucking fit, let's say, an M8 into an M6 Bolt.
Yeah.
Just trying to fucking shove it in and it's not going in. Like, it's
Not to that
it
degree.
wasn't that bad, but you just knew like something was off.
But it wasn't every gear. Like I don't know if I went over that in the last video, but the part where the what is it? Shit.
The ball?
Where in that ball, there's a press fit pin where that links everything together and coming out the side and bing bada boom. You know what everything looks like in there. So there must have been a pressure crack or crappy manufacturing caused some defect or whatever, and decided to all of a sudden one day. Those pops though.
Second gear feels really good.
Yeah, so there must have been a defect right there. I'm gonna drag my clutch, dummy.
Did I?
A little bit. No, I'm kidding. When I guess I was just shifting into third gear that one day, and it just finally said, "Nah, I'm good. I'm tired," and just sent my hand into the center console.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help that you I forgot if you texted me or called me, come here now. I think you called me, and I was like, either Jared and Mike hit each other or somebody just blew something up. And we showed up, and all you see is him go, wink.
Jared thought I sent gear through the side of the case, but I was like, no, and I lifted the thing up. He's like, ah!
Sounds so good. Like when we both hit that spot, when you upshift, you get the upshift pops and the burble. It sounds so good.
Yeah.
I feel a lot more comfortable knowing everything's intact now. Like the gear.
You're telling me, brother.
Get my PP out in Georgia.
Oh yeah.
So one thing I have that is very nice is a lot of Subaru owners know, not even just WRX, but the 15 and plus, the infotainment system, the head unit that comes with the car is absolutely horrendous hot dog water, all right? It's super laggy, the Bluetooth sucks butt. So what I went ahead and did, I swapped in a different head unit. Now I have the Sony AV-AX1000, I think it is. Comes with Apple CarPlay, which I think is just the sickest thing. Finally having it is just, I don't want to go back, and it's super responsive. I'm obviously not gonna play music because copyright.
Yeah, tell them about the like if you watch a video, you'll hear what they say 2 seconds before you see their mouse move.
It's literally like watching a Japanese movie translated to English.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it, like the old, if anybody saw the old Godzilla movies or I don't know, whatever, but and then build up to 3K and didn't get no pops. What the frick?
Oh, those are no pops.
No pops.
Your ship pops like the same as mine, right?
No, not right now. So, along with both of us being Protuned, his car, I don't know how they were able to do that, but he has an ignition cut kind of burble tune like built into the tune.
Not necessarily ignition, it's more of a fuel cut.
Exactly. So he's not getting the effects of ignition cut, which is where it feels like the car is not as slow like mine does. So I have two separate maps. I have the kill tune, and then I have a burble tune from Bren. Now it is the burble tune. They take your finished map, so or in my case my kill tune, and then they put ignition cut. I am pretty sure. Don't kill me on it in the comments. I'm pretty sure that's how they do it. And then you can feel it when you hit it, and it just is not as crisp and clean, even though I don't pull any timing or not or anything like weird numbers. AFR is fine.
That's how my burble tune is, where you feel like you lose 20 horsepower.
Yeah.
But you get the pops. Like, it's cool for cruising around or going to a meet or something on like downshifting, just going ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
But when you're driving and you hit it, like if you were to race somebody, it would feel like shit.
Yeah.
So I fucking barely run it. When I run it, it's once every 4 to 5 months maybe. And
Oh,
it'll just
we had the
be for,
AC
like,
on.
Yeah.
Here.
Once you get around the corner.
Oh, why? Stop it. I shut it off already.
I still felt it coming out though.
Because the air.
Oh,
Go to third gear. Go to third gear.
After the corner. Hold on. Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, much better. Oh, might have heard that, but that was a banger. So with the resonator in here, if you guys saw when we did install the J pipe, oh, that was a good one. When you guys saw the resonator install, or not the resonator, the J pipe install, I still had the stock catback going out the back, well, except for the muffler deletes. And that thing was just stupid loud just all the time. Now, as you can tell, you can have a conversation in here and it doesn't seem as loud in here, but if you're behind me,
It's loud.
it's loud.
It pops loud too.
Yeah, so it's like the best of both worlds. I'd love to get like a full like brand new Remark or something catback just to have that peace of mind, but I have no leakage. I have brand new gaskets and everything in there. Where is this man? Da, 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 da.
Where'd you go, to Africa?
Yes. That wax is nice.
What were you saying?
My car looks clean from here.
This pollen has been kicking our cars' butt. So usually they're garage kept, and then
You can see it on the tire. I have tire shine on, but it's just covered in pollen.
yeah, you can see it's a little yellow. Yeah, and it's been the past week especially, it's been so hot and the weather's been so nice. It's literally just been, you wash your car like yesterday, and then like if you leave it outside for not even like an hour, it's just yellow again. And it's like, really? Chase, how do you like my coilovers compared to yours? Because I meant to ask you.
Yours are not as noisy, and you can adjust them. For me, to adjust them, I have to take them off.
Yeah.
And you, like with my car, I wish we took a video when we did it, but this is like over 3 years ago.
This is before we even wanted to start even doing YouTube.
Yeah, like you have to take the whole windshield assembly off to get to the top of the coilover.
Oh, it is horrendous. You have to take this, all this.
All this.
Take it off.
It's not hard anymore. Like for me, like I'm so used to it because I've had to do that to get to my injectors, or well, yeah, my injectors and my coil packs and shit, but
And the downpipe.
and the downpipe to get the O2 sensor. But yeah, it's just a pain in the ass. They could have made these engine bays go back another 1.5 feet, but they wanted the windshield down so far.
Yeah, it's honestly insane. If you've never driven this gen of Civic, or even like the 8th gens and stuff, because they even look the same. Like the dash is just fat and massive sitting in there. Because you look at it, it's just like a freaking coupe, and then you sit in there like, why is it so roomy in here? It's ridiculous. Yeah, no, even for, like I said, even for on the cheaper side, like mine were, for coilovers, I like the way they feel.
I don't remember how much mine was.
They were like 800, something like that.
Something, yeah, like 8, 9. I got a deal on them. That's why I don't remember how much.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's a V70R.
That's kind of cool.
That sounded sick.
This feels so weird. Like every time we do this, I shouldn't be surprised, but like going from his car, learning that and driving this, it's like the clutch is heavier and I keep thinking something's wrong. All right, what are you doing?
Purple tune.
He wants to put his burble tune on because now I got him hyped. So with my burble tune, I don't really run it. But like he said, it's nice to have for like shows and stuff. I think I've put it on a maximum of 4 times, and I've had it for 2 months, 3 months, maybe.
Probably like 3-4 months.
Yeah. By the way, that tune has just been awesome. Even in the heat, it's been great.
All right, it's ready.
You can kind of hear it. It's either because it's cold or it's more of a burble tune on D cell. It definitely works the best. I don't know if you heard that. Holy shit, it didn't ever used to be that good. For an NA car, that's a nasty burble tune. So you drove my car, right?
Yep.
What? Don't hug me.
We're just on me.
What would you change about my car?
If I had to change one thing or a couple things on your car, it would be a built transmission, so you get rid of the notchy feeling, and then maybe a front mount intercooler and a single exhaust or single exit exhaust like Alex's was.
Yeah. And actually, he was the reason that I didn't do a single exit. I mean, because I think the quad tips look mean.
Super mean.
Yeah, our plan was he was gonna have single, Joe has the dual, and then I have a quad. So
Honestly, then if I owned this car in the state it's in right now, I think that's the only thing I would do.
yeah.
Single exit, maybe, if I was really feeling like I wanted it, because these tips are like awesome.
Yeah. Little burnt, or little dirt, not burnt, dirty.
Yeah, it's the same. Look at mine, dude.
Yeah.
Cleaned it forever. Shit's dirty as hell.
All right.
Yeah, definitely transmission. That would be the big thing.
Yeah, and like I said before, I'm pretty sure that's just a Subaru thing, and I'm used to it. That's why I like going literally to. I drove Taylor's B7, this car, but you can't compare it to this car anymore because it has a completely different shifter mechanism in it.
And a brand new transmission.
Yeah. But before it was like Taylor's B7, and it was super just like you could shift it with like your pinky, and that's it.
Now, with your car, what would I do? First off, get rid of it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, trust me, I want to get rid of it as much as you. Once I get new fenders and a bumper, I'll be fine. Because the clips on Hondas make great cars, but their bumper clips are absolute ass. And they break. Like, this bumper's been off like 40 times.
What is that? Is that a BRZ?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What would I change about this car? Turbo it.
That's what's going to be happening.
Yeah. That is in the works. We are turboing this car. Honestly, though, what would I change? The only thing I would change, dumb down the exhaust a little bit, because it's so freaking droney in there. You got it.
The only problem with that is you lose power.
You use a little bit of power, but I'm saying like if you had a fatter, like a bigger resonator. That's all.
So then you would have to go with the NVIDIA N1.
Yeah.
Which is like the most common Japanese exhaust for any car.
Yeah, true. Yeah, even my car.
Yeah.
But mine's not.
For pretty much every Japanese brand.
Yeah. So, just basically that's it. Like I actually never drove a Civic.
Would you want to do anything exterior?
Your car?
Yeah.
No, I actually do like it. The splitter and the side skirts is like both aeroflow, everything. It flows nice and it works with the car. I wish I could do that on my car, and people do that, but I don't like personally I don't like the way it looks on my car. But this is like the first like nice Civic I ever drove, and with everything done to it, it's a ball. It's a driver's car. It is super fun to drive, and I don't blame him for wanting to drive it all the time. I feel like he would feel the same about my car if he drove it for as long and he liked it. Because like we said before, the transmission, it's notchy, but I'm used to it and I actually do like it. So even though it's not like a gated transmission, which is definitely like a better feeling compared to that, but yeah, no, it's nice. It's a nice.
I don't know what it is with me, but I just have a rare fetish. Just single exit exhaust. This is my thing.
I like them. I like them. That's it for this one.
Oh yeah.
And I think we're not gonna just do our cars. We're gonna do some of the other boys' cars. So say bye.
Oh wait, this tune. Bye bye.